You have a key to the Spurs this season. There is someone in the Spurs organization.
Our new coach?
You think the key to the Spurs is the new assistant coach?
Build it up.
Their new assistant coach is going to change the Spurs.
Let's go.
Explain to me how the assistant coach is going to bring this team from what should be like an 8 seed to a good finish.
Because it's Tim Duncan.
Tim who?
Tim mother effing Duncan.
Never heard of him. Forgot him. I forgot him.
Greatest power forward of all time.
Okay.
Top 6 best basketball player of all time.
According to you.
According to everybody. That's me. Okay. Yes. I mean, just a winner. He wins. He wins. We need a guy there. You need the anchor. You need the person who you just sort of everybody looks to, and he's like, I bet whatever is going to happen in this basketball game, I have done it already, and I've defeated it, and here's how you do it. And I can't imagine how powerful of a thing that has to be.
Well, that's going to be huge for one LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah.
The guy has been a 20-plus point scorer. Now Tim Duncan can help him harness some of the things that he feels like he needs to improve at. I'm excited to see you guys backcourt.
Yes.
Murray
back.
Yes.
Yep.
Murray and Walker.
Yeah.
Both of those guys were hurt last year, and they still made the playoffs.
Yes.
What do you expect from both of those guys this year?
They're gonna be huge. In addition to that, though, Derek White. What you want to have happen is you want to get into the playoffs, and you want to see a player show you that he's not afraid of the fire. And Derek White showed up in that Denver series, and he was like, I can do this. I can be the guy. And went nuts. So now we have that. Plus we're bringing in DeJounte. Plus we're bringing
Tim Duncan.
Like we're going to be good again. The pop offense. You need that smart point guard that runs everything. We don't need DeJounte to score 27 points a game. We just need you to not turn the ball over and run it like we need you.
And you know DeJounte's smart because he remixed that turtle tattoo that he had. Like he remixed that, so he's already making good decisions. You can tell he's already making good decisions.
Okay.
So you are a noted Kawhi Leonard lover, and I know you two have had a complicated relationship. But once upon a time, when the three of us were colleagues at Grantland, you actually wrote some erotic fan fiction about Kawhi Leonard. This was the art.
Yes.
This was the art that was going to go with it. Like this is where your level of Kawhi Leonard love was. Obviously, we watched Kawhi Leonard win a championship with another team.
He did.
What was it like for you, being as close to him as you are, even though you've never really spoken, being as close to him as you are?
It's a one-way relationship.
Yeah. What was it like watching him win with the Raptors?
No, you know what? It was cool. There was definitely a period after he left when we were like, this guy's the enemy. But all we needed was for him to show up in San Antonio, play in the game. We're gonna boo you. We're gonna boo you like our lives depended on it. And then after the game, Popovich, he was like, they hug each other. Popovich says in the post-game interview in the media, he's like, all right, cool, like we're done, basically. Like you're cool with us now. And then after Pop said that, we're like, all right. I mean, there are definitely people in San Antonio who don't feel that way.
Sure.
I remember I wrote a thing, or I talked about this a little bit before about like, we're sort of over it, and then half of the city apparently is not. But on our side, yeah, we're cool. Watching him win, it was like, all right, this is he used to live next door to us. This is my cousin who used to live next door to us, then he moved to another city. And like, it's still cool to see.
Yeah.
And he had a couple of moments in there where you're like, oh yeah, I remember you're like the best player in the world.
Correct. That's where I was going, because you had 2 hands, 1 trophy. It was one thing to come up in the Spurs way. It was another thing to see him win as the best player.
Yes. Because you watched that series, and Toronto had been in those exact same moments before, and now they have a guy. Like Game 5 was a perfect example. They ended up losing that game, but Kawhi just sort of went nuts for a few minutes, and he had like a couple of threes. He had like 8 points in like, I don't know, a minute and a half or something crazy like that. And you're like, oh, he's never afraid. It doesn't matter what's going on. He's never afraid. And that's really all you're looking for. Like that, it's hard to see a player do that and not be at least in awe of it, even if you don't like the player.
Well, here's the thing. There's still hope for you and Kawhi's relationship.
Yeah.
Because, you're the best follower on Twitter. I'm all on Twitter. And here's something that you tweeted, which, is an interesting thought. Kawhi to the Spurs 2021.
Oh, yeah.
Sources are telling me. I saw that. Kawhi to the Spurs 2021. So that might happen, might not. But one thing I know is going to happen is sometimes there's video in the world of sports and pop culture that we really need to do a detailed breakdown of. So now you will join Jalen and I, and we will go to the table. Jalen, Explain what happened with Marcus Morris and Justin Anderson last night. And we're going to run the footage.
Okay.
And I want you to explain to the people what's happening.
The Knicks are trying to create a new culture of toughness because that's what their fan base expects. This is why he gets paid to play basketball. And you up in my personal space. Bang! So I, wasn't upset about it. Clearly the defenders should be. But for him, that's why he gets paid millions of dollars to play basketball to bring toughness.
So, Shea, you are known for breaking down the levels of disrespect with dunks, right?
Yeah.
So, where's the level of disrespect with hitting somebody with the ball? Is that like above or below an open hand slap?
That's below an open hand slap, but basically above. Like to just bonk you in the head.
It's something you do to your kids.
Yeah. Because he swung the elbow first. You see him right there, and you're like, all right, something's about to happen. And then this is just frustration and like, you know what? I'm ready to get out of
But
this.
for anybody that's played basketball, and I'm not defending the actions of a player that's going to get you suspended.
Defend it.
But when you're up in my personal space to some point and I'm trying to get you to back up and I swing the elbow and that doesn't work, what do?
You bonk him in the head, I guess.
With the ball.
This is going to be like a thing that I do from now
I just
on.
like it because it's one thing to punch somebody. It's like, oh, now we on the show, we can't laugh at it. It's all serious and we don't support violence. But when you bonk somebody to have the ball, there's like a little levity to it.
So,
it's like funny.
Yeah, the thing that I thought was the most interesting about this is if he hits him with that elbow or if he like decides he's going to punch him in the head, like that's one thing. You do that to somebody and you're like relaying a message. I see you as a threat, like a physical threat. But when you bonk someone in the head,
I see you as a child.
There's nothing you're going to do about this. I can tell. Like as soon as he swung the elbow, and the other guy's first reaction was to look at the ref and be like, "Are you gonna let that?" He knew immediately. He was like, "All right,
here we go.
Nothing's gonna happen."
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports analysis and highlights, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus.